Hello everybody, it's Paula here from the Excel Club and welcome to another video. We're going to take a look at Power Pivot today and we're going to look at setting up KPIs, key performance indicators. Now, key performance indicators have been used in business for a long time and they help track critical components of a business against particular targets. Power Pivot has a feature which will allow you to quickly visualize how a certain aspect of your business is performing against the key performance indicators. An example of this would be sales and sales budgets. And your key performance indicators would be to see if your sales reps or if particular regions are hitting targets against their sales are actually hitting targets. So before we get stuck into this video, I hope that you will subscribe to my channel and hit that notifications button so you don't miss any more of my videos. Don't forget also, if you like this video, to give it the big thumbs up and share it across your social profiles. So let's hop over now to our model and we'll have a look at how we can set up and how we can manage key performance indicators using Power Pivot in Excel. The KPI feature will allow you to track critical performance indicators or key performance indicators in your organization. Such as if you have sales figures and you're tracking targets and you want to see how on target somebody is running, this can be measured with a key performance indicator. I have some very simple data here to show you an example, and we've got a pivot table set up from Power Pivot. And in the pivot table, we have our region and our sales rep, and then we have our total sales as a measure in our value fields. And we want to create a KPI to visually understand how our sales reps are performing against their targets. So to set up a KPI under the Power Pivot ribbon in Excel, we have this KPIs option. And by clicking it, we can set up a new KPI or we can manage KPIs. So let's set up a new KPI. Now, a KPI field has to be based on a measure, not a calculated column. And in this drop down, you will find any measures that you have created within your model. Now, as I said, this is a simple model and there is only one measure in it, which is total sales. But if you had other measures in your model, you will find them here in this drop down. So we want to create a key performance indicator based on our total sales. After this, then we define target values. Now, our target values can be a measure. For example, we could have, if you had a more complex model with dates in it, you could have same period last year as a target value. Or you could have other measures used as your target value. As we don't have any other measures and we haven't set any up, we could set in our target value as an absolute value. So let's set in a target value of, let's say, 8,000 for this example. Now, when you press tab or enter to accept that 8,000, you'll see these indicators here change. And what they'll do is find your quartiles. They'll find your quartiles because we picked this quartile one. Now, you can change between different options and you'll get different levels in which you can vary the colors from. Then in here, you can actually change the values up and down. So let's go back to this first one and let's set a minimum target. So in the red target of 3,800 and in the green of 6,600. Now you can also change the icons if you wish to change the icons, and these are traffic light type icons. So green means that they're in target, as you've seen up here, yellow almost there, and red is a bit of a warning. And traffic lights have been used for a long time when measuring key performance indicators, so people can quickly view how they are performing against the actual target that has been set. So let's say we then wanted to add descriptions. We click the description button, and you can add a description again about the whole KPI, a description about the value, the status and the target. And this is very, very useful to fill these in, so anybody else that picks up your workbook knows exactly what this is based on. After all, there are many KPIs that you can set up in the one Power Pivot model and report. So it's a good idea to use the description fields when you are setting up KPIs. So once you have everything set up, we can go ahead and we can press OK. Now what will happen is you'll get this total status field will appear, and you want to turn that off, so we can take it out of our value fields. But you'll also notice then in our value fields you will have this total sales traffic lights, and this is your KPI. If we now put in status back into this, we'll see we now have these traffic light fields. So we can see exactly here that Dylan is on target. But there's a problem with Dean and with Ava for these particular regions. And Dylan is also not fully on target yet in this region. Now if we go back to KPIs and go to Manage KPIs, from Manage KPIs, you can see a list of your KPIs. We only have one which I've selected. We can edit this KPI or delete it from within here. For example, we could increase this higher and then say OK, and it will update our model for us. We can also delete or add new KPIs from within here. When you are using KPIs as well, sometimes you don't actually even want to see the values, because the visual of having the traffic lights can tell us exactly how things are performing. So if we were to look at isolation in the regions, we see these targets are being met, but we had the target set up per sales rep, so it doesn't really make too much sense. But if we take our region out, again, most targets will probably be reached. As you can see, the KPI field changes and the traffic light changes. So that's how you use KPIs in Power Pivot.